Hello everyone and welcome back to Quick Finishes. This time we are at KNE in Sunderland for just a random 8 o'clock Grand Prix. We try to get to KNE every other Wednesday and do a Grand Prix just as a bit of a social event and to get a lot of the Quick Finishes members all racing together, because we do chat together a lot and we talk about things and we do various championships. But this is just a good opportunity to get everybody together, have a bit of a laugh on a Wednesday night, and go to the pub afterwards. Which, to be fair, that's mostly why I go to these things, is to go to the pub afterwards and have a chat about it. But it's all good fun. The reason that we choose Wednesdays is KNE do owner driver testing on a Wednesday, so it's like 5 or 6 hours worth of owner driver rubber going down. So Rotax rubber and Pro Kart rubber and Bambino and all the other categories, they go down. So when you have a night like this, which looks so bright, so clear, dry, warm, the track is absolutely the fastest it'll ever be that time of the week. So it's good fun to get out there and just have a fun race. This race is loads of fun. These new carts, some people aren't a huge fan of the new carts. They feel they're a bit clunky, or perhaps they feel a bit digital in that, you can, it's on or off. There's not a lot of nuance with them. I'm a big fan of them. I like these new carts. They suit my driving style a lot, which is late braking, aggressive turning, but they also respond well to smooth movements, because you have to maintain momentum. And these things aren't powerful enough. There's not enough power in them. The track can absolutely do with some faster go-karts, but you have to maintain the momentum. So you want to scrub as little as possible, do as little braking as possible, put as little turn in as possible. But there's ways to drive these things. The current fleet, which is a brand new fleet, are still running the factory tyres. Now the factory tyres are supposedly just too soft. They're too soft, they overheat, they overgrip. They shouldn't have lasted more than a couple of weeks. But as far as I'm aware, they're still on the carts, a couple of months later. The reason that they're not ideal for this track, and definitely not for this time of the week when the track is the most grippiest, is they overgrip, and there's not enough power in the cart to provide you with the level of slip that you want through a corner. Because you want a little bit of slip, you want to be able to drive out of the corner without the cart bogging down, because it hasn't got enough power to power through too much grip. And with the carts the way they are, with the tyres the way they are, with the track the way it is, there's too much grip at certain corners, and you end up with the lighter drivers. And I'm not a particularly light driver. I'm sitting at around about 82 kilos with my kit on. But even me, in certain corners, the cart will want to bounce. You'll grip onto the track, and the cart won't want to go forward, so it'll bunny hop almost. It'll bounce through the corners. So there's a way to drive around that, and there's times that you get it perfect and you drive out of it, and there's other times, and you'll notice it in the final turn mostly. There's other times that you get it wrong and you hit a patch of really, really grippy track, and you'll bunny hop out, and then you're losing time all the way down for the next corner. So some people aren't a fan of these particular tires. I don't mind them. I quite like these carts. I seem to be reasonably quick in these carts. Some people aren't as fast as they were in the old carts. I'm sure that once they fit the correct tires, that it'll change again. And I do actually like a bit of slip in the corner as well. So maybe I'm just a little bit more adaptive than some, I don't know. But this is a great fun race. Like I say, these are just Wednesday nights. They don't mean anything, but we get the whole crew together. There's a full grid here with a couple of muggles on it, which is always good fun. They a little bit of a mobile chicane sometimes, but these ones were pretty well behaved. They had some awareness about them. So yeah, just sit back, enjoy, relax. Like I said in the last video, get a beer, get a coffee, get a tea, whatever it is, whatever's your poison. Sit and enjoy half an hour's worth of racing. crossed the line in P3. That was loads of fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. Yeah, just I really enjoy the racing at KNE. It's fun. It's close. It's most of all, it's clean. Some of the championships rounds are a bit less than clean, but this was great fun. And yeah, it's just a fun night. You know, there's nothing I can really say other than it's just fun. You know, championships are important. You know, all those we're doing 24-hour races, they're important. These are just a laugh. They're a bit of stress relief. But yeah, really good fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope you appreciated some of the racing and some of the moves there. We were in a pack. It was a pack of about 5 of us, I think. Once we got past the leader, who was Connor. Connor was holding us up a little bit. Once we broke past Connor, it really came alive, and we were swapping places left, right, and centre. But yeah, if you're watching this video and you're part of the Quick Finishers Facebook group, or you're part of the WhatsApp group, or you've seen us at a track, because we all wear the same hoodies, so we're fairly recognisable, and you want to get involved, by all means, get on the group. You know, ask to come on the WhatsApp chat. We'll add you. It's no problem. And get involved with the races, because you know, it's all well and good joining a random race at a track, but it's so much better if you're on track with other people who are of a similar level, or even better. You only get faster by racing against faster people. So yeah, if you see us, you know, we're really friendly. Come grab us. You'll get a sticker for your helmet. We'll tell you what's coming up and what we've got planned, and yeah, jump on the races with us. You know, you'll have an absolute blast. Well, until next time, you know, our next video will absolutely be Le Mans. So until next time, yeah, I hope to see you at the track. And if you haven't already, you know, like this video, subscribe to us. You know, we post constantly. I'm Chris. I'm Switchback Racing, but there are others in the group. You know, the guy in the pink there, that's Lewis. He posts quite a lot. We've got a few guys. We've got Tom, who posts a lot on his own channel, Sliper Racing. So yeah, get involved with us. It's all good fun. You know, we're really friendly, and yeah, I'll catch you next time.